Welcome back. This is episode 3 of What's Your Passion? And today we're going to be looking at the definition for flow, which is now an acronym for value. Back in 2018, when Ted and I released our second book, as Flow was a follow up to Nehemiah Effect, in chapter 1, we defined flow as the state of optimal performance achieved by applying a clear, consistent, persistent, and unified vision at all levels of an organization. I had a lot of fun teasing Ted about this definition, that it was too long and that we needed to shorten it up. So by the end of the book, in chapter 9, I was able to wordsmith this, and we agreed to a refined definition of the optimal state of high performance. It's been a few years since Flow was released, and so in the discussions with many of the Flow coaches and trainers, it really sort of hit me that what we're talking about is value. And so the definition of flow is value, but value is actually an acronym. So we're talking about vision aligned leadership unifying everyone. And this ties into our 4 whys. And the 4 whys are how we add value, increase revenue, decrease costs, get rid of or mitigate risk, or do the right thing. Now, I've had people say, hey, you need to have do the right thing at the top of the list. Hey, guess what? You can't measure that so easily. That's much more abstract. So the first two, revenue and costs, that's easy to measure. Risk is measurable, but it's really fluffy numbers. Okay? So they're not always precise or as accurate as they should be. And doing the right thing, now you're getting into the world of abstract. So over here in this third picture over here, you have the higher levels of performance that we've been able to record, anywhere from 300 to 900% improvements for teams. Cost savings of almost $137 million, and increased revenues to the tune of $86 million for a total of $223 million. This 29.6 was audited by a Fortune 500 finance department. It wasn't done by the project, it was done by another department, and this was their own numbers. They told us these numbers, and so this was based on 10 years, double declining digits return on investment. And so this was the finance department's estimate on the value add to the corporation over the 12 years. It took a couple of years to get it launched, but in the 10 years that they measured, it was almost $59 million, and that was financially audited. So if you want to argue about the numbers, I'd be happy to have a discussion with you about that, and we can have a conversation. But these have been carefully tracked now for 26 years, and it was the teams that delivered it. This wasn't done solo, and it's duplicatable. And this was done in North America, Europe, and Asia. Now, using the 4 lenses for the individual, team, product, and organization, you'll notice that for the individual, value stands for vision aligned leadership, unifying expectations. It's unmet expectations that cause disengagement. For the team, it's vision aligned leadership, unifying everyone. For the product, it's vision aligned leadership, unifying engagement with your customers. And for the organization, it's vision aligned leadership, unifying enterprises. So the E changes. So basically, it's vision aligned leadership, unifying everything. So our mission is to create exceptional flow value. That's pretty straightforward. And my mission is duplicating remarkable flow value. And as I shared in the other video for What's Your Passion, I believe it was number 2, why use flow? Uh, you can see this new slide that I've added where flow's so simple you can show it on a napkin, demonstrate it on a napkin, but it's so powerful that it scales, transforms, and guides the entire organization. And it's a very quick way from an organizational perspective to be able to see all of the disconnects that aren't plugged by team level agile or scaled methodologies that are at the program level, or the smallest little hook that they've got into portfolio level activities. Everything else requires leadership because, as Drucker says, the only 3 things that occur naturally are friction, confusion, and underperformance. Everything else requires leadership. So thanks again for hanging out to watch this quick video on What's Your Passion number 3, flow defined using the acronym V.A.L.U.E. Talk to you again soon. Thanks. Bye.